There it is, a new era for Razorback basketball. Here he is, the new head hog, Eric Musselman, the former Nevada head coach, arriving in Arkansas, taking over the Razorback men's basketball program. Musselman has reached the big dance 3 years in a row. This is someone who inherited, get this, a 9-22 program at Nevada and turned it into a remarkable story, reaching in the NCAA tournament 3 years in a row. And some folks there calling the Hogs as he arrives in the natural state. More on Musselman right now. Of course, we're with Mike Irwin as well, our senior analyst. More on him in just a bit. He won 110 games, Musselman did, at Nevada. The Wolfpack with 3 straight Mountain West Conference titles. He went to the Sweet 16 in 2017-18. 29 victories for Nevada each of the past 2 years. Musselman was 75% as far as games won in conference at Nevada. He is 54 years of age and played at San Diego. Really has made several stops, and that's the thing I want to get to right now, Mike, is this guy's experience bringing more than 30 years of experience to the Hill. Yeah, both in the NBA and in the college game. But the more we learn about him, the more we talk to people who've worked around him and watched what he did, media people that dealt with him, he starts to look like more and more like another version of Chris Beard. I mean, you're talking about a guy that had a reputation of operating an up-tempo offense. He comes to his players this year and says, no, we're going to be defensive-oriented. He brings in transfers. Sounds like Chris Beard to do that. And then he has this very intense, in-your-face, tough-love approach to his players where he's all over them, wears them out. But then at the right moment, and you've seen some of that video where the guys come off the court and he's grabbing all 3 of these big guys and they're just hugging on each other because they've just won a big game and he's pushed them and they've got what they wanted to do. They won a game, and that's kind of how you sum this guy up right now. They challenge each other, but they're hugging in the end because they've won so many basketball games there at Nevada under Musselman. Part of a statement through the university, quote, "My family and I could not be more excited to be coming to the University of Arkansas. The opportunity to be a part of the rich tradition of Razorbacks hoops and to experience the passion of Razorback fans is something that I'm very much looking forward to." A.D. Hunter Yurachek, quote, "Eric Musselman is a coach that has had experience at every level of basketball, from the NCAA to the NBA. He was practically born into the game, and his passion for basketball is unmistakable." Recent coaching history now. Of course, we've talked about this throughout the day. You see it right there. Arizona State as an assistant, 2012-2013, 2013-14. He was the associate head coach. You know, he coached under Herb Sendick there at Arizona State, and they went to the NCAA tournament during his time with the Sun Devils. At LSU, Musselman getting some SEC experience, associate head coach 2014-2015, and in Nevada from 2015 to 19. Another big part of his resume is the NBA experience. Musselman, former head coach of the Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings, excuse me. His NBA past started with assistant coaching jobs with the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks from 1998 to 2002. Musselman has coached under Doc Rivers, Chuck Daly, and Lon Kruger. He won about 46% of his games, leading Golden State from 2002 to 2004, and was let go in 2004. From there, he went to the Memphis Grizzlies, coaching under Mike Fratello from 2004 to 2006. From 2006 to 2007, he led the Kings, winning 40% of his games, and was fired in 2007. Musselman had success, of course, in the D-League as well. And in terms of the deal, we want to get to that as well. Tara Talbot's joining us, of course, to talk more about that and all the numbers for Musselman.
There are a lot of numbers in this contract, so I'm just going to try and give you guys the short view of what is in that contract for Musselman. A breakdown of some of the key points. Arkansas and Eric Musselman agreeing to a 5-year contract worth $2.5 million annually. That will increase by $100,000 should the team make it to the NCAA tournament. Now, if they make it to the Sweet 16, Musselman will get a bonus of $250,000. Then $350,000 for the Final Four and $500,000 should he win the national championship. But should he be fired, Musselman would still be eligible to collect 70% of any remaining annual compensation. So those are some of the numbers, but here are some other notables. Musselman also agreed to a non-compete, meaning he cannot accept another head coaching job in the SEC, but should he quit before April 30th of 2021, Musselman would owe the university $5 million. Now, that number does go down every year after that, though. And lastly, his buyout at Nevada is around $1 million, which the university will pay for him.
Well, they're paying for a really good coach, in my opinion, and he's a guy who got Nevada up to number 5 in the nation. They won 29 games this past season. Coming up, the reaction from Reno as Musselman leaves Nevada.